Culture collections are structures which maintain living organisms ex situ, so out of their natural environment, and usually in controlled conditions, and over multiple generations. So each culture can survive over a long period of time.
Las colecciones de cultivo son repositorios de organismos que podemos mantener en el laboratorio y que permiten entender la diversidad, los mecanismos fisiológicos de organismos que pueden ser bacterias, eucariontes microbianos, algas, semillas, etc. Cualquier repositorio de información biológica que nos permita mantener un respaldo de esos organismos en el laboratorio.
Hola. Algae culture collections are true treasures of biodiversity as they maintain a huge diversity of organisms. Most algae culture collections maintain prokaryotic cyanobacteria as well as the extraordinary eukaryotic diversity comprised within the word algae. Here we're talking about diatoms and dinoflagellates, but also green algae, aptophytes, coccolithophores, cryptophytes, euglenoids, huge taxonomic diversity. Equally, these organisms have been collected from a wide variety of environments, from marine and freshwater, but also soil, ice, snows, and very challenging environments. And most of culture collection will keep organisms of wide geographic origins, usually from pole to pole and everything in between.
So for taxonomy, culture collections are often a kind of a hub for taxonomic knowledge, and part of taxonomy, an important part of taxonomy is having reference material.
Dado que la gran mayoría de los organismos que existen en la naturaleza no pueden ser cultivados. Por lo tanto, las colecciones de cultivos nos entregan una oportunidad para tener fuentes conocidas sobre las cuales comparar la diversidad que aún es desconocida en la naturaleza.
Usually, most culture collections will also have links to their sequences and also links to publications that are associated to those strains. So a huge resource for users.
And in terms of ecology, cultures can obviously be used for all sorts of fundamental research. And when we have cultures, we can conduct experiments in controlled conditions, so to assess the response of certain species to different environmental factors, not only to assess the current response, but then to use this to build theories and models to try to predict future responses for organisms in their natural environment.
Las colecciones de cultivo, es decir, estos repositorios de diversidad biológica que podemos mantener en el laboratorio y de los cuales nos entrega información importante para entender qué es lo que nos rodea, son fundamentales para poder encontrar aplicaciones y usos de este tipo de microorganismos u organismos que tenemos en las colecciones de cultivo, donde podemos encontrar una serie de beneficios en torno a productos que podríamos obtener a partir de esta diversidad biológica.
Also, algae culture collections are very important for biotechnology research, as there is a lot of opportunities for screening of the different strains for the production of molecules or compounds that might be able to be applied in industrial process, such as food supplements, pharmaceuticals, biodiesels, etc.
Pero gracias a las colecciones de cultivo podemos aprender acerca de esta diversidad y desarrollar mecanismos para encontrarles un uso y un potencial beneficio desde el punto de vista del ser humano. Por lo tanto, las colecciones de cultivo nos entregan una fuente de potenciales soluciones a problemas que tenemos actualmente como sociedad.